doubts? And if so, how did you overcome those doubts?
I think it was the doubts came before I started the business. You get super comfortable, and the biggest obstacle that you have to overcome is just getting started. So if you can get started, you've built up enough momentum to keep you going. You just have to feed that momentum, whether that's through training, whether that's through getting connected with other people, whether that's, hosting things on your own. You just have to keep that momentum going. But if I'm honest, I sat with my computer for probably 5, 6 hours with the same screen up before I hit enter to submit for my business name, right? Like I was so paranoid because I had a good job. Like I had a really good job, company car, the whole thing. And it was like, do I really want to do this or do I not? And there's, sometimes your family and your friends, God love them, they're not always going to tell you that you can go after that thing. It's something you have to do within yourself. It's something that you have to say, I'm willing to take this chance. I know that I am capable and that I know what I want to do is going to serve someone else. So I'm going to go after it, because your family and friends they're going to try to protect you and they may be afraid for you, but you literally do have to put blinders on and just be in your own lane and keep your momentum going.
Yeah, definitely agree with you 100% on that there. So of course now of course what's really unique, and I love this, is the fact that you basically said, talking about relationship marketing attract, not being a bullhorn basically. And that basically sums up everything, because it seems as if now it's like you see a lot of companies or whatever using, doing the same thing, even in social media with, putting out ads or only going on there whenever they have something coming along, instead of building that trust along the line. So the question is, why do you think they're making that mistake, and what they can do to reverse that?
They've been trained that that is what marketing is, that you just have to spend money and broadcast your message out. I mean, us as marketers before, and some that are currently doing it, are preaching that same message that everybody cares what you have to say. All you need to do is say it to them. And I attribute that to being the same. If you only called someone every time you needed something, they're going to get pretty annoyed with you and not want to pick up the phone. So you have to think, how can I offer value? How can I work as a magnet and draw people into me, because they have more options than they've had before. And it's now you're competing with a larger audience, and there's so many pools for our attention, and customers don't want to be bullhorned. They don't. That's why DVRs exist. That's why Pandora exists. That's why YouTube, is out there. That's why news, you can get it on Twitter. People don't want to be interrupted in their day. They just want to be in their own lane and read and consume and be around things that are serving to them. So you have to think of ways that you can attract people to you, and we as marketers need to do a better job of working with our clients to tell them the same thing. Like, yes, people will care about what you have to say, but they have to know that you care first about what they're struggling with or what they're trying to find the answer to or why they'd be coming to you. Because if not, then you're just an interruption and a part of the noise and the problem that's going on right now.
Yeah, and of course, like, I guess to add on to that, it kind of comes down to listening to what your customer is talking about,
Mm-hmm.
on social media, especially like, with Twitter or Facebook or participating in groups. That's what it comes down to.
Yeah, just listening. Be active listeners, listen more, know who you're trying to talk to and how you can help them along the way.
All right. So,
Mhm.
so now I gotta ask about live video,
Okay.
which I know you guys started your webcast 2 years ago, and it.
Mhm.
So first of all, what led you to start doing live video? Even though you guys were successful, and with gaining clients, what led you to start doing live video?
It was really to help people. So I know it was actually, I started almost 3 years ago. The show Magnet Marketers, you're right, that's 2 years old. But we started it in house, Magnet Marketers, our own version of it, about 3 years ago. And it was because when podcasting was becoming big, I just couldn't see myself podcasting. So I was like, how can I do this in another way? And I was super comfortable with video at the time. Not super comfortable, but more comfortable, I should say, with video at the time. So I worked with our videographer to actually shoot videos to keep people up to date on what was happening in social media and what was, new things that clients could try out. And I just knew that I could help more people if they had instant access to it and didn't have to come to me or, sign up for a webinar or whatever, that they could just find it online. So it was kind of taking that same idea of blogging, but turning it into video blogging. And then right during that time, very quickly, live video rolled out. So I was like, amazing. Now we don't even have to produce this and wait for it to be edited. We can go live in the moment. So it was just a very easy decision at that point to say, let's double down, do this, make it consistent. Every Tuesday, 4 p.m., we're going live and we're going to have a show concept all about how you can be a magnet versus a bullhorn with your marketing.
That's really awesome, and of course now we have Facebook Live, but
Mm-hmm.
the different evolution of live video. So, what advice would you give to those like entrepreneurs who are considering doing live video? Which
Mm-hmm.
platform would you consider them using? Because I guess like how we've seen the changes in live video
Mm-hmm.
like every year or whatever, and we can see how the content can get lost per se.
Yeah, it depends on their goals. So if their goals are to be found, and a search thing, then I honestly, even though it's newer and I haven't really doubled down on it myself, I plan to, I would say maybe YouTube, because I do see a huge potential on YouTube Live right now with, in the moment, having your video there, building up a community, especially if they already have subscribers and if their goal is search, because that's the only live video platform that is searchable, that's part of the search engines. However, if it's building community, or if you do have a wide audience online, I mean, Facebook right now seems to be the one that's kind of holding the trump card as far as live video and consistency is concerned, especially with their new watch. I'm excited to see where that goes and how they're, going to be building this creator community of people that are going to be going live. But it honestly truly does depend on who you're trying to target and who you are as a brand. I still see some value in Instagram. I still see value in Snapchat. Um, Periscope. I mean, if you have a super niche, Periscope has, which part of Twitter has worked for so many brands. So literally this answer could change depending on what client you are and who you're trying to attract.
Okay, now I gotta get to Snapchat. You just said Snapchat. Why
Yeah.
why you still see the
I'm
value in
not a big
Snapchat?
Snapchat. I have not doubled down on it. However, I've seen several people that have done really, really well on Snapchat as an influencer, right? They're building up this community, they're targeting millennials, and the millennials are still, some of them, there. So if that's your audience, I could see you having that as one of your top 3 or 4 social platforms that you are really doubling down on. They have some cool things that are coming with, VR and augmented reality, I mean. And I could see someone potentially using that as one of their platforms. I personally do not. I'm targeting a B2B community. So like LinkedIn, I've tried to get involved with LinkedIn video, and I plan to get more involved with YouTube Live.
Okay. I